Good morning, everybody. I'm just working on a houndstooth scarf this morning. This is black and latte colors. You change colors every row. You always end with a double crochet, and it's sort of on the end. You have to turn it because it looks like you're finished. But if you turn it, you can see the front loop and back loop here that you need to go under. And then I'm going to leave the 2 loops on my hook and then switch my colors. And to switch your colors, you're just going to add the second color on there, drape it over your hook, pull it through the 2 loops, chain 1 to sort of lock it in, turn your work. This is what the other side looks like. So I'm going to clip the end of that black that I'm finished with now, and then work on the latte color. And then to tighten this edge, I'm going to pull down the previous color, a little tail there, kind of tighten that down, and then tighten this latte one down also. And then you can leave these, you can tie them off because mine aren't tied off. They're not knotted at all. So I could pull this out real easily. But then once you knot it off, you can either tuck them or just clip them. If you clip them and it has an edge that you don't like, a lot of bumps, you can always add a little trim to it. This is what it looks like on both sides. Try to get my latte color untangled. Giving myself some slack. So then you start in this very first stitch. Since I ended with a double crochet, I'm going to start with a single crochet under both loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. And then in the single crochet from the previous row, I'm going to add a double crochet under both loops again. And then the previous double crochet here, you see the length of it, you can tell it's a double crochet. You do a single crochet into the top. And again, just alternate, double with a single crochet. And this is the shorter, you can tell it's a single crochet. So you're going to do a double crochet into this one. And then a single. And a double. Oh, good morning, thank you. Thank you, Willa Henley. Then a double crochet and a single. And just repetitive all the way across. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Willa Henley. This is the back side with a latte more prominent, and then the other side. I love how it's reversible like that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's different, isn't it? I have a black coat, and I thought the houndstooth sounds so cute. I made mittens that were latte, so I thought this would be perfect. But you could do black, white, you could do any color you want. You just change your colors every row, and it'll work. And all you're doing is putting a single crochet into the double and a double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row. I know, isn't it? I mean, you can do this so easy with so many. You could do a Valentine's Day one with red and pink, or pink and white, red and white. Sky's the limit on it. Good morning, Shamika. I'm well, how are you? Trying to stay warm over here. I keep making winter items, mittens and scarves and hats. So we're close to the end, and it sort of looks like you're done, but there's one more stitch on the side. It's hard to tell, but if you turn your work, you can see the front loop and the back loop there. You always end with a double crochet, so I know I just put a single in the previous double crochet from the other row, so I know I have one more to go, a double crochet. So you just go in like that. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and I'm going to leave the 2 loops on there to change my color back to black. And then you just drape your new color over, pull it through those 2 loops. Make sure you have enough slack on the end, enough of a tail. And then you just chain 1 up here before turning your work. And then you turn your work. And then you're going to clip your previous color. But before I do that, it gives you a slack over here, and I want to make it like nice and tight on the side there. So I'm going to pull that down. And then pull my new color down as well. And then just clip the previous color. I'll need it really soon anyway, so I'll just leave it. And then we always start, since I finished with the double crochet, you always finish with a double crochet on the end. You start with a single crochet in this very first front and back loop right there. And you pull through. You might have to pull this the new color down a little bit, just to make it clean, tight on the end there. Oh, it does. You know, it's not. It's just a single crochet and a double crochet from the previous row, and vice versa. Double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row, alternating to the end. I know it does look complicated, but I promise you it's not. You can do this. You can do this. If you got your single crochet and your double crochet down, that's all it is. So I did a single crochet here on the end, and then I'm going to do a double crochet. You see the shorter stitch in comparison to this double crochet. This is a single from the previous row. So you know you're going to do a double crochet into your single crochet here, and always into the top. If you're unsure, kind of pull your stitches apart a little bit, and you'll see that hole. That hole is where you're going to go, and that hole is underneath the front and back loops there of that V. And that's all you do. And you alternate those stitches all the way to the end. So to double crochet, you yarn over, you go under those front loop, back loop stitch there, you yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yeah. And then this is the double crochet from the previous row. You can see it's just a little bit taller than the single. So you're going to do a single crochet into the top under both of those loops. Single crochet as you go into the stitch first, you yarn over, pull through, you yarn over and pull through again, both loops this time. And you can see the short, longer, short, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. And that's all there is to it, all the way across. So you guys can do this. And then you have the other side, which is kind of cool. Kind of gives me, what's the name brand? Bags that you can buy. Gives me those vibes. Forget the name. Why do I forget the name? But anyway, maybe somebody will know out there. With the brown and the latte, or the black and the latte. Louis Vuitton, is that it? LV? Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what gives me the vibes. I don't know about you guys. Is that what it looks like to you? Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful colors together. I'm going to work on the Navajo diamond Afghan real soon. I have to work tonight, the next few nights, and then when I'm off for several days, I will work on that. I have to study that pattern a little bit. My mom made me a couple blankets growing up, and I still have them. And that pattern is so pretty. It reminds me of her. But it's got that Western feel to it. And we're back to the end again. So always end with a double crochet. You turn your work, you see those, the V there? You know there's a front loop, back loop. Gonna do a double crochet underneath that stitch there. But you're gonna leave 2 loops on your hook to change your color. So I'm changing to Latte. Just like that. I'm gonna chain 1, turn my work, and then I'm gonna clip the previous color, and then kind of pull down and make that a little tighter on the end. And then always start with a single crochet because you ended with a double, and you're going alternating stitches, single crochet with a double crochet. So you go straight in, no yarn overs or anything, straight in for your single crochet, pull through, yarn over, pull through both of those loops, and then you go to your double crochet. And if you look close, you can see the double crochets versus a single crochet, a little bit taller. Oops. So you can tell where you're going. So the shorter crochet stitches, you're going to put a double crochet in there, and the taller ones you're going to put a single crochet in. Going into both of the loops at the top, front loop and the back loop. In the black it's kind of hard to see. You can pull it up a little closer. But if you separate your stitches, you can see the holes there at the top. That's where you're going. And it happens to be under both of those loops. I promise you all can do this. If you have your single crochets, your double crochet down, you can do this. And if you don't, if you're a new beginner, just practice. Keep practicing your, just here, for instance, just practice loops. Chain, these are chains. Just practice these. Practice holding your yarn, your crochet hook, and do that for a while until you get this awkwardness down. It's awkward at first how to hold your yarn, but once you get that down, then sky's the limit. You can do so many things. You just have to stick with it. That's the only thing. And you will get better the more you do it. Even if you're doing just chains every day, just the practicing of the holding the yarn, that's probably the biggest challenge, is figuring out how to hold the yarn and your work with one hand and your crochet hook with the other. But I promise once you get that down, you practice, you stick with it, it does get easier. And then they have tension rings you can put on that kind of hold your yarn out of the way. That's, I would say, the biggest challenge as a new beginner. Once you have that down, you got it. There's so many fun things you can do, so many projects. I'm always learning. I'm still learning. After 50 years of crocheting, I'm still learning things, new patterns, fun techniques. Then we're at the end again, and we're going to end with a double crochet under both of those loops. And then I'm going to leave 2 chains on there to switch my yarn. Give myself a little bit more. Okay, and then you chain 1. Turn your work. And you pull the previous color down a little bit. Make that a little tighter on the edge. And then you clip your previous color. It seems like a pain to clip it every time, change colors every time, but if you're making a small project like a scarf or something, it's not too bad. And your rows go pretty quick, so you feel like you're making progress. So you start with a single crochet at the end. You alternate all the way. Double crochet with single crochet. You start with a single every time. Single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Going back to a double crochet. And a single again. If you guys have any questions or you want to see something different, let me know. Oh, good morning, June. Sorry if I missed anybody's comments. Oh, this is a houndstooth. Houndstooth pattern. It's reversible. Do you remember the old houndstooth? If you're old enough to remember, a lot of them were black and white. Very, very pretty. I have a black coat and I made these latte mittens. So I thought, let me try the black and the latte together and see what that would look like. For a scarf, anyway. So this is just alternating double crochets with single crochets, alternating this stitch from the previous row. So this is a double crochet and you're going to do a single crochet into it. And then a single crochet from the previous row, you're going to do a double crochet into it. To the top of the stitch. Good morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the love, the likes. Thanks for being here, you guys, on this Sunday morning. So we're doing alternating rows of color. So we change colors every row. Like I said, you could do a Valentine's Day one with red and white or pink and red, pink and white. I thought this would look cute to make mittens out of these colors. Just have to figure out where to place your colors on your mittens. That way it's you have matching scarf and mittens. And then again, you're ending with a double crochet. See how fast that was to get to the end? It didn't take any time at all. This is 20, I started with 25 stitches, but you can do any odd number of stitches and it ends up, you go pretty quickly. But I was telling them earlier, it gives me Louis Vuitton vibes, the colors. I didn't think about that until actually crocheting this. I just wanted something different to match my coat, which is a black coat, and I have these latte mittens that I crocheted, and I wanted a scarf to match both of them. So you end with a double crochet under both of those loops on the end. Always end with a double crochet, and then you'll start with a single crochet on the other side. So this is how you change your yarn. Leave 2 loops on there, and then you add your new color. And you pull it through. And then I'm going to chain 1, holding on to the tail so it doesn't pull it through. Chain 1 and turn your work. So you see I have both colors connected still. So to make it taut over here on the side, I'm going to pull the previous yarn color down and then the new color. And then I'll clip this end here of the black. And then none of these are tied off, none of these are knotted or anything right now, but I'll do that later. And you can leave it like that. Once you knot it, you can leave, if you want, you can leave these on the end, you can clip them, you can put a border on your scarf or blanket, depending on what you're making. And then always begin with a single crochet. And do this very first, you see the very first hole there? I don't know if you can see that well enough, but you go under both of those loops on the end, front loop and back loop. There. Since you ended with a double crochet, you start with a single crochet, and then you alternate. This is a double crochet from, or I guess this is a single crochet from the previous row. You're going to do a double crochet into that. A double crochet from the previous row, you're going to do a single in that. And on and on. The darker colors sometimes more difficult to see the stitch, but if you kind of separate your stitches, you can kind of tell where you're going. Underneath those 2 loops are right there. And then you can see your single crochet is shorter than your double crochet. So it sort of guides you. If you're not sure, if you forget, you're like, okay, this stitch is shorter. This is my double crochet for this side. Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sorry if I've missed comments. This is a Houndstooth pattern. It's reversible. I'm doing a scarf. Started with 25 chains, but you can do any odd chain, and it's alternating stitches, single crochet, double crochet, and then you just do 2 different colors to make the Houndstooth pattern. So anytime you have a single crochet, you put a double crochet in it. Anytime you have a double crochet, you put a single crochet in it. and we're going into the top of the stitch underneath that front loop and that back loop. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This will go great with your Louis Vuitton purse. You have a Louis Vuitton purse. Oops. Now I just need to make some mittens with both colors in it. I have latte ones, but I'm going to add a little bit of black to them somehow. Get creative. That's what's fun about crochet. You can get creative. Mix and match colors, what you like, and see how it turns out. And then we're at the end again. So we're going to end with a double crochet here. It's easier if you can turn your work, you can see both loops where you're going under. Just like that. Then you leave 2 loops on there, and then you chain, or you pull through your new color. You can hold that and chain 1 and turn your work. And again, I'm going to just tighten this edge by pulling this previous yarn down, pulling my new yarn down, and then clipping the end. Start with a single crochet, and then you're going to go to a double crochet, but that really separated that loop. Let me see if I can fix that. I'll try to make that a little looser so it's not creating such a big gap there. There we go. Holding the tension on my hand here, the tension of the yarn loosely. Then you go to your single crochet. And double crochet. Single. Double again. This goes really quickly down the line. There we go. Already almost to the end. And then we end with a double crochet. And you can tighten those. If you see the hole over there, you have a bigger gap, you can just pull those yarn pieces and it'll tighten it up before you tie it off. And then you're going to change your yarn again. Already, I feel like we just started that. See how quickly you can make something. Make your scarf or whatever. It goes pretty quick. But I started out with 25 chains. You can start with any odd number. I'm going to chain one, turn my work. And then again, pull your previous color down to tighten it down on the side. And you can do that later again. If you see a gap, just don't tie it off immediately, which I mean, don't tie it in a knot. Don't tie these in a knot yet until you're finished. And then you can go down and tighten the edges if you want, like that. Oh, thank you. This is a houndstooth. It's going to be a houndstooth scarf. So we're doing double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row and a single crochet into the double crochet from the previous row. This one's a fun one because if you're doing a small project, it really comes together pretty quickly. You can see progress. Now you see it kind of looks like you're done in the row, but you got one more that sits down on the side a little bit. And you always end with a double crochet, and that was a single crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, go under those 2 loops that sit on the side, the front loop and the back loop right there. And then you yarn over, pull through and yarn over and pull through 2, leaving 2 loops on your hook for your next color. And then you chain 1, turn your work. And then you pull down to make it tight on the side. Clip in the previous color. And now you start with a single crochet right here. If that gap is too big for you, just pull down a little bit more on your colors over there, on the tails. Then you can make that gap less. And then make sure you're giving yourself enough slack so you're not making this stitch too tight on the side. See, by making it loose, then I kind of cover that gap a little bit more, plus pulling those tails down too. But that's probably the biggest challenge when I was starting, when I was young. I was trying to hold the yarn, and I was teaching my granddaughter that, and she's holding it like this, trying to make a loop, you know, and that was my challenge too, trying to figure that out. But I always place a yarn over my pinky and then turn my hand and grab it with my ring finger like that. That's how my mom taught me, and I've always carried that with me, and that works for me. Sometimes I'll double, you know, go over another time on my finger, and then I let that loose as I go along. Whatever works for you, however it's easiest for you to hold it. You know, everybody holds their hook a little bit different. You know, some hold their hook like this, some like this. Yeah, it just varies. But you do what is best and what works for you. What's easiest for you, that it's not awkward. It'll be awkward for a while if you're a new beginner. But it just stick with it, and you'll fall into something that's comfortable for you, and just be consistent with that. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here in my live, and happy Sunday. We're just doing a houndstooth scarf right now. To make this pattern, we're doing a double crochet into the previous single crochet from the previous row, and a single crochet into the double crochet. I'm going to go now. This is a double crochet from the previous row. I'm going to do a single crochet into the top, and then this is a single crochet from the previous row, and I'm going to do a double in there. into the top of that stitch. And that's all there is to it. So if you're a crocheter, new beginner even, you can do this. And you just alternate your colors every row. Change your colors. Always end with a double crochet and always begin with a single crochet. Ending with a double. Oops, I took off all the loops. So when I'm changing colors, you want to leave 2 loops on there on the end. That way you can put your new color on. And then chain 1, turn your work. And you pull down on the previous color to make that tighter on the edge. And then you just clip your previous color. Hello. Oh, yes, yes it is. It's fun. It's fun, isn't it? Creating things. I'll have to show you guys. Men and women out there, crocheters. I'm also working on an alpine stitch. I don't know if y'all are familiar with this, but this is what it looks like. It's a neat looking pattern too. This is the back, and I've been working on that. And I'll be bringing the Navajo diamond stitch. I'm going to be making a blanket out of that pattern real soon. I need to get my colors in order. I'm going to start with a single crochet again here on the end. So I have, oh, thank you, Lucio. Yeah, I loved it, especially with the white, the alpine. But yeah, that Navajo diamond stitch, I have turquoise color and the latte color, browns, just western vibes, the desert. That's what I want it to look like. But I need to figure out some more colors that I want to add to that. Oh, good morning. Hello. Roseanne, Marie. Colleen and Annie. Oh, Colleen's Annie. Color for, you mean the Navajo? Or this one? The Houndstooth. You mean the Navajo? Oh, okay. I want to say there's like 5 colors. Let me see. Light brown. 4 or 5 colors, I think. Are you familiar with a Navajo? If you look it up, look up what the Navajo diamond blanket looks like. It's just, it's beautiful. And then especially with those blessed, you know, like the desert, the browns and the turquoise. Oh, it's just lovely. My mom had made me a couple blankets growing up. One was, my favorite color is red. So she put pink in there and red and white. And the other one was like mauve colors, light cream colors, and oh, beautiful. They're still on my bed after all these years, many years ago. I've had them. So I'd like to make them for my children. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll come on here and I'll teach you what I know. I'll be learning as I go too. Oh, well, thank you. I try. I'm sure there's many others that are better teachers out there than me, but I'll teach you what I know. How about that? And it'll turn out, hopefully, turn out nice with the desert feel colors in it. My mom always watched her, but you know, sometimes when you're young, you don't really pay attention to your parents when they're doing something. And she's been passed for many years, but I don't recall, like, you know, knowing how she did it. But there's somebody that I'm watching and following, and she's a great teacher, so hopefully I can follow in her footsteps a little bit. And remembering what my mom, some of her things. I remember the treble crochet. I say that every time. This isn't music class, this is crochet class. But anyway, yeah, the treble crochet. And I think it's just based on a single crochet and a treble crochet. That's amazing. I'm loving this Houndstooth. Oh, thank you, Lucio. You sound so calm. Oh, thank you. Oh, hi, Charlotte. Good morning, Charlotte. How are you? Yeah, Lucille, that Navajo diamond stitch is just incredible. And it also looks very complicated, but I don't think it is, from what I gather. I'm excited to start it. I just need to figure out my colors. I definitely want turquoise in there because that was one of my mom's favorite colors. So I have to incorporate that. And then from there, browns, green, I don't know. That might be my toughest challenge, is to figure out my colors for that. I did buy some browns and some latte colors, but then I'm like, well, you know, let me keep looking just to make sure I got all the colors that I really wanted and incorporated in there. You've done the Navajo's here, which is really easy. Oh, really? Okay. complicated stitch that I've done is interlock. Oh my. Yeah, that I'm not familiar. But I'll explain what I know when I get to that point. Absolutely. I'll bring you guys along with me. The good, the bad, the difficult. And then you end over here again with the double crochet. Under these 2 loops, if I can get there. There we go. And then just leave 2 loops on your chain, your hook, and add your other color. And then you chain 1 and turn your work. I've seen the jasmine stitch, the star stitch. The jasmine seems very complicated to me. I mean, it's doable, but you really have to pay attention to what you're doing there. And then you just pull this tight. Make sure you got enough tail there on your other new color. And then you just clip the old color. And then you begin again. Starting with a single crochets because you ended with a double crochet on the other side. So I'm going to go in here, single crochet, and I leave a little slack there. You can pull that down a little tighter to make the gap there close. And then start with a single crochet every time and end with a double crochet every time. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Double crochet is going into the single crochet from the previous row. Single crochet is going into the double crochet from the previous row. Sorry to be repetitive, you guys, but if there's new people just coming in, I want to make sure everybody's aware and that you can do this too. This is Houndstooth pattern. It's reversible. And this side gives me the Louis Vuitton vibes. I'm doing a scarf to match my coat and mittens. I made the mittens, and they're like this latte color, and my coat's black, so I wanted to incorporate both those colors. Oh, good, good. Yeah, this is pretty simple, isn't it? I mean, it looks complicated, but it's not. It's pretty simple and repetitive. You're just alternating the previous stitch. If it's a double crochet, you do a single crochet into it. If it's a single crochet, you do a double crochet into it. You always go into the top of the stitches under both of those loops, the front and the back loop. It's cool you're doing a great. Oh, thank you, Colleen. Thank you. It's very sweet. Oops. Are you all staying warm out there? What happened this winter? I guess we were due up here for lots of snow and cold. We haven't had it that in a long time, so not like this anyway. And we're all the way to the end already. See how fast this one goes? It's only 25 stitches across. You can do any odd number. But you end with a double crochet, and I've done a single, so I'm gonna kind of turn this work and see my 2 loops on the side, and I'm gonna end with a double crochet. And then you stop with 2 loops on to change your color again. Then you chain 1 and turn your work. And then on the end, you pull it tight with your previous color. And then you just clip it. Oh, you're in New Mexico. A little chilly on me. It really needs. Wow, that's great. We are negative, I don't even know, 9, 10. It's been so cold here. So that's great. You only need a sweater over there. I'm hoping it warms up on this side. We're on the East Coast. So maybe you can suggest some colors for me for my Navajo diamond Afghan. I have turquoise and lattes, the browns, whites. Any other color you would recommend? Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Hopefully I don't have any cake orders due next weekend. But yeah, I think next weekend maybe it'll be my best bet, or at the end of the week, because I work tonight, night shift, and the next 3 nights, so then I work day shift, I think, at the end of the week, Friday. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start red. Oh, okay, that's my favorite color. So red and like turquoise together, and browns, you think? Or you think leave the turquoise out? I do love red. My mom did a pink and a red one and a white one for me when I was a teenager. 40 some years ago. But yeah, I love that one. My daughter, both my kids love red also. I would love to make their favorite colors for them. Red, turquoise, orange, yellow, black. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you for the suggestions. I'm gonna screenshot that and save that so I don't forget. Oh, did I make the light go out? Shucks. Let's see. Waiting on. Red, turquoise, orange, yellow, black, and white. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'll put those colors together when I go to the craft store and see if I can find some good colors like that. Can you guys still see that? Good morning, Antonio. Good morning. I accidentally turned out the light somehow on this, and I hope you can still see it. Let me move the camera a little bit. I'm gonna raise the camera, so bear with me, you guys. See if you can see it a little bit more of it, a little better. Oh, let me try this again. Keeps tilting. Right here, I wish I could send you a picture. Oh, can you? I don't know if you can do that in the community tab or in a message. Do you have a YouTube page where I could go to? I'm gonna try to do this again so you guys can see a better view. See if that works. I want you to be able to see it, a good view of this blanket or scarf making, and my camera holder keeps moving. Anyway, here's the scarf if you're new, just coming in. This is a houndstooth pattern. Oh yeah, Collins, you can do this. Totally do this. I wish I could see your projects when you guys finish them. I would love that, to be able to send support and see what you're making. I would love that. trying to adjust this camera holder. There we go. I think it's good. Some people are on Facebook, but I don't really like Facebook. Oh, I know. I am on Facebook as well. Mom's Happy Kitchen. But yeah, sometimes I just go on there really quick, or I'll post a picture of my cakes, or what I'm cinnamon rolls or whatever. I post really quick, or Pinterest, and then I hop off of there. Let me see. There we go. It's hard to see this stitch here on the side where you have to go in, especially now that I don't know how I got my light off on my phone. I'm using, it's still the same. It's Latte and black. This is the other side. I'll be turning into here in just a moment. And then you just switch to your next color. We're just working on 2 colors here. And this is black. And then you chain 1 and turn your work. And then you just pull these tight over on the side. And then clip your ends. And then we're just doing a single crochet because we ended with a double crochet. And we go into this next stitch with a double crochet because it's a single crochet from the other side. And then we alternate all the way down. Now we're going to a single crochet in this double crochet stitch from the previous row. And we're doing a double into this single crochet. Doing single in this double. Make sure that looks okay on the other side. That looks like a double. Single, double, single, double. That looks like a double. I wonder if I did a double. I think I did. Okay. So I'm just going to go back. I'm going to pull this back to where I think I made a boo-boo. I didn't tie it off. I didn't knot it on the end, so I made it easy to pull it right back to the spot there. I think I messed it up. Let me see. Single, double, single. Make sure your tail's long enough, so if you do that, like, you have enough to redo. Okay, let's try this again. That's okay. Crochet's forgiving. You just go back and do your thing. So we're going to do a single crochet and a double into that single from previous row, and a single and a double. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. Much better. Doing a double crochet and a single from the previous row, and a single into the double from the previous row, and alternating stitches right here all the way to the end. And then you're ending with your double crochet. And then you change your color. And then you chain one and turn your work. You're what? I'm bugging too much. What's the color you're using now? What color you're using? I hope I answered your question. You're not bugging. Not at all. That's how you learn. Ask questions, right? I always say that to my patients. I feel like I'm bugging because I sometimes like a mother hen to my patients, and they're so sweet. But you're never bugging me, if that's what you meant. So you pull these down on the side to make them tighter, and then just clip the end and turn your work. I don't know which side is better, if it's dark or the light. Sorry guys, I am really trying to fix this camera. This camera holder is... Here we go. For now, let's see if that works. And then you just pull that tight on the edge. Closes up any gaps on there on the side. There's that. And then before I hop off live, I will show you the alpine stitch. If you guys missed it, something I was working on. This is an alpine. These are double crochets in the front post, but you could do a treble crochet. So this is a single crochet row, and then you alternate. Once you get to a certain point, you repeat rows 3 and 6, which is single crochet, front post double crochet, alternating with a double crochet, and then the next row would be starting with a double crochet, alternating with the front post double crochet into the one that sits back there. I know that sounds probably complicated, or maybe I'm not explaining it well, but I will show you guys on live one of these days how to do this. This is a real pretty stitch. Alpine is what it's called. And these double crochet, front post double crochets, can be a treble crochet. You want it to be a taller stitch to reach down there. So that's that. And if you guys have any requests or want to know something, I'll try to find out for you if I don't know. Oh, no. I make mistakes without you guys. You guys are awesome. It's totally me, because sometimes my mind wanders, and or it just, my hands automatically just do what they want to do, if that makes sense. When you crochet for so long, they just, especially if you're doing like double stitches, double crochets all the time, or half doubles, it's just like muscle memory. It just goes to what you've been doing for a while. I try to be on here when I can, when I'm not babysitting or working. I really try to be on here, on live, as much as I can. I wish I could give you a certain specific day. For a while, when I'm off work, I am on here about every day. But with babysitting and working night shift, it's not always consistent. So hopefully I can get a consistent schedule one of these days soon. Oh, hello. How are you? If you've ever worked night shift, I'm a night shift nurse in a hospital. So if you've ever worked night shift, you understand like it sometimes takes you an extra day to recover, sleep, and you're just off. So bear with me if I'm ever kind of off or half sleepy or whatever when I'm on here. Sometimes takes you a couple days to recover. Then pretty soon you're back on again for your next 3 shifts, 4 shifts. Then I work a second job in recovery. I'm a recovery room nurse and a floor nurse. So, plus I have a little baking business on the side. And living up on those grandbabies in my spare time and crocheting. Like I don't have enough to do, right? There we go. Finish with double crochet on the end. Oh. Talk about muscle memory. Then you turn your work. And then on the end, after I chain 1 and turned, I'm going to pull these extra tails down on this side just to make the gap here a little smaller and cleaner on the edge. Then I clip the end, hoping not to get my new color in there clipped. And then you just start with your single crochet. Can you guys see that clear? And then your double crochet is going to be next into this previous single crochet. You see it's smaller. This is a single crochet, and this is a double crochet from the previous row. Single, double. And so you're going to put opposite stitches in there. So you're going to put a double into your single, single into your double, double into your single, and on and on. Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely. Well, thank you for being here, and yeah, we'll be on live again, hopefully together real soon. Have a wonderful day, wonderful Sunday. And thanks for the tips. Let me try to put this camera up again. Bear with me, you guys. That work? Work for now. Okay. This is Houndstooth pattern. I'm making a scarf and it's reversible. So this is what one side looks like and what the other side looks like. Those sort of look like little butterflies or little bows from the side. It gives me the Louis Vuitton pattern vibe also. Not intentional, just kind of accidental. I just like the colors together, and I thought, I wonder what it would look like making a houndstooth from my coat. And it sort of turned out like that. Anyway, I'll be doing a Navajo diamond real soon. Navajo diamond stitch pattern is what it is. And it's beautiful. If you guys are new, just coming in, check it out. It's gorgeous. And that's on my goal of things to do. So these are alternating stitches, single crochet and a double crochet. You put your double into a single from the previous row and your double into a single from the previous row. And that's it. You guys can do this. Boy, that was a tough flam. Yeah, that's a separate one. Okay. I thought maybe I made a boo-boo there. Okay, you're finishing up with a double crochet on the end. Just like that. Except I wanted to pull the whole thing off, which I didn't. I realized. This is where you chain your different color. You add your different color when you have 2 loops left. Let me move the camera again. I really need a foolproof camera holder or phone holder that behaves itself, because this one is always turning, moving. I'm not a technical person, as you can tell. I can do certain things, but the filming and all that, not great at it. All right, so give yourself enough of a tail there, the new color, and then you chain and turn your work. And then this is when you pull the previous tail down, just to close that gap over there on the edge, make it cleaner. And then I'm going to cut that previous color. And then you start with a single crochet here. These darker colors are challenging to see. Yeah, that's what that looks like. And it moves pretty quickly. This is 25 chains, is what I started with. And then this is, I'm going to show you, before I hop off live, I'll show you here kind of the whole, if you can see that. That's how much we've gotten accomplished. Probably done several rows here on live, but it moves pretty quick. You have a short amount of stitches that you do. Change colors every row, and I'm using a latte and a black. I started with latte, and after my chain, the chain 25, you begin with, I can't remember if we did a single crochet or double. I'll have to look, but I think it was a single, because I have a double there. Or no, are we just beginning? We always begin with a single. Okay, so a single crochet, and then you end with a double crochet, alternating stitches. This is the other side. So it's a cool pattern. Houndstooth is what it's called. And years ago in the 80s, we had like houndstooth jackets or skirts or whatnot, and they were black and white. And if you look up houndstooth pattern, a lot of times it'll show you a black and white pattern in that. But I wanted something to match my mittens that I made and my coat. Mittens are this latte color, brown, and then my coat's black, so I kind of wanted to incorporate both, and this is what it turned out to look like so far. And then I wanted to be able to bunch it up as a scarf and wear it like that. So, but you can make it, less wide, like a shorter, maybe 19 stitches, 17 stitches, I don't know. Just play around with it and see what you like. And then don't tie it off here, don't knot it to the other stitches, just leave your tails loose. That way, if you get down to the end and you want a longer or wider scarf, you just pull out the color, and then, and then to make this ends tighter and cleaner, you pull these tails down a little tighter before tying it off, like that. I do like that. I do like this side, I think, maybe better. I like them both, but I don't know, just I think I prefer this side. What do you guys like? And then should I leave the fringes on the ends. Or should I cut them? Oh, my belly's growling. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, I really like that side. They kind of look like little either bows or butterflies in there. Well, hey everybody, thank you for being here. I'm gonna go get me something to eat, take a nap, and then go to work. I work tonight, night shift, the next few nights, so I will try to come on when I can. And again, thanks for being so sweet and supportive and sending love and sharing and all that good stuff, interacting. It was so nice to talk to all of you today, the ones that came in to talk to me. I don't feel so alone out here when you do that, so thank you. Yeah, if you have questions or you want to see something different, feel free to send me a message. I'm on lives a lot. I don't have a consistent schedule yet, but I hope to do that one day. And bring you other patterns like the alpine stitch and the Navajo diamond is coming real soon. So if you guys have any questions, again, send it to me, and otherwise I will hop off live and see you in my next live, hopefully. Thank you guys. Thanks. Talk to you real soon. Have a good Sunday. Bye-bye, everybody.